Welcome to Beyond Tradition. We are a podcast that talks about the nitty gritty of entrepreneurship and a lot of the topics that are uncomfortable, not fun, problem causing, but we really dive into them and kind of give our experience and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is Therese.
Hey.
Hey, I'm Shelby. Shelby Lofton. Lofton Plumbing.
Boom.
Sorry. If you are just now joining us and this
Mhm.
is your first episode, we highly encourage you to go back.
Circle back, baby.
Yep, circle back to the first because we're building on concepts. We're talking about a lot of things that
Mhm.
really build on top of each other, and you learn more about us too. And this is not just let's say financial drilling concepts in your head, right? This is some
No.
friends going back
Yeah.
and forth.
We'll
And
go back. We're giving you a lot of our life. You know what I mean? And the experiences we've
yeah,
had, good
yeah,
and bad.
chit chatting it up
Yeah,
too, and
exactly.
going
Trying
off
to
on
figure out exactly hopefully what we've been through helps,
mm-hmm.
and then if we can give advice and pieces of a puzzle that you will hopefully not have to experience firsthand.
Yeah, right.
We can
Set
guide you
yourself
in a
up.
different direction so you don't have to go through all the trials and errors, I should say. It's the
Yeah.
best way of putting it.
So, how are you?
I'm good. Things are
Good.
great. Busy,
Awesome.
busy, busy as always. No
Mm-hmm.
complaints. And so just kind of going for the ride at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you?
Always drama. Chaos for me. My son,
I live in peace. You live
I'm
in
so
chaos.
happy for
I know.
you.
I'm teaching you my ways. It's coming.
My piece is coming probably in about 10 years. When my son is graduated and
Okay, yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. So,
True. Okay.
we love currently where we're at because we're 5 minutes from school
Okay.
and he gets to scooter to school.
Oh, electric scooter?
Yeah.
Fun.
But fun fact, it was his Christmas gift and I let my husband be in charge of
Okay.
what we bought for him.
So you got the fastest scooter possible.
So the
Of
scooter
course.
can go 35 miles
Of
an
course
hour.
it can, because
Mhm.
why wouldn't your
Why?
13-year-old
Yeah,
need, or
exactly.
12 year
He
13?
was 11 when he got it.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
So,
35 miles an hour. Okay, so guess how many wrecks he's had on it?
hopefully none.
No, at least 5 to 8 at this point. I've lost count, but
At
yes.
least he hasn't broken himself though. I mean, that's a plus.
But we were very close yesterday. So yesterday he left the house and he was a little bit late. And I have seen him driving it before. So I have seen him like come around a corner and the little ass end of it kind of scooch out. And I'm like,
It's
slow
called drifting, Mom.
down. Right.
It's called
Slow down.
drifting.
I cannot fault him. When I was 16 years old, I had a car. The funnest thing we used to do was I would hit the gravel driveway and I would
Mhm.
yank that e-brake and we would
Mhm.
just,
Mhm.
I get it. Okay. But you're on a scooter.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, all right, fine,
You're on a scooter.
fine.
Thank baby Jesus, Lord above, whatever. But we have
6
forced
pound, 8 ounce
baby
baby Jesus.
um,
Yes, I
yeah.
referenced Talladega Nights one too many times in this podcast.
Sydney
And
Tom
don't watch if you don't
Cruise.
like it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm on fire.
Right. Oprah Winfrey. Sorry.
Sorry.
Love him. Yeah, he has had a helmet. He's been wearing his helmet. Helmet saved us yesterday because I guess there was a larger rock or something in the
Shit.
sidewalk.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Whoops.
He eventually fessed up to tell me he was doing 20 when
That would send you flying.
and he did. He hit that rock and his front end came up.
Yeah.
His front did a 180 and he like flew apparently. And think again, everything had the helmet on, landed
Yeah.
mostly on his backpack, but he made it back to the apartment and was obviously like shaking and crying.
Yeah.
But he bruised knee, road rash up his leg.
Yeah.
Thank goodness he had long sleeves on though. So his elbows bruised, his hands bruised, head is fine, backpack was ripped from scooching across the concrete.
Yeah.
And I guess somebody even stopped and was like, "Are you okay?" And he said yes, but
Well, yeah, it's
yeah.
a stranger. He's not gonna be like, no.
No help. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but he was able to come back in, and as soon as he comes in, I'm like, "What's going on? Or did you forget something?" No, I fell, and then that's like, so.
Yeah.
So of course I'm like up, doctoring and double
Yeah.
checking
You're
everything.
like, do we need, did you hit your head? Do we need to go to the emergency?
Yeah,
Like,
are
were
you
you out
broken?
cold? Like,
Mhm.
is anything, can you move everything? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, cleaning up
That
blood.
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, mom life.
Mom life.
And so now he's getting a different scooter.
I'm sure he wants one. I bet he
Yeah,
doesn't wanna ride that one
he needs
anymore.
bigger tires. He
Yeah.
needs ones that go slower. And it's just like, okay, scooters are dangerous. That's going to be my PSA for the day. Scooters are dangerous and you can die because I know someone that's been hit by a car on one, and I know someone who hit a car on one and was in the ICU.
Well, that's different.
Going too fast.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I know. When,
These are grown men too, by the way.
of
These are
course
not
they are.
children.
Of course they're grown
but
men.
but when you put a little
Yeah.
like a teenage
Yeah.
boy on one, of course they're gonna not be
I mean,
super smart.
scooters are like a thing around all of our cities in Florida,
Uh-huh.
you know, that because they're electric and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so like every time I'm in a city, I always have a friend that's like, "Oh, let's ride them." And I'm just like, "I'd rather walk and not die today." Because
Yeah.
one, I'm just like, one, they go too fast, and two, I'm like, I don't want to race cars. Like, if
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on, I'm gonna get a bike. Like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go get a Ducati,
Right.
get some gear, and go for
Or-
rides. You know what
right.
I mean? I'm not gonna, yeah. So,
Oh boy.
yeah,
Either
no,
way,
no,
you're
no.
going
Anyway,
against a car.
hmm
So yeah, and that's been the biggest talk I've ever had. I'm like, listen, you are assuming that these
they're
drivers
not down
are
here.
gonna do what they're supposed
It's
to
the
do.
Fast and the Furious down here.
That yeah, you have to anticipate the fact they're gonna run that stop sign, run that
A
light.
hundred
They're gonna
percent.
turn with no signal. They're gonna
Yellow,
signal and
yellow
not
speed up.
turn. Right.
Exactly.
Like just assume you're gonna get hit by a car.
Yes,
That's it.
100%.
So that yeah, that's mine. We're all
Okay.
good. And honestly,
I'm glad he's okay. It could have been
yes.
so much worse. So,
Yes. And one of the best investments that I've made. I don't know if I brought it up on a previous episode, but I got this $200 portable projector and I mounted it
no.
above my bed.
Nice.
And so now I have like his 8-foot picture
You're sitting in the movies.
in my bed, laying in bed watching
All right.
this.
Well,
Right?
then.
So he was injured. We got him all doctored up. And what did I do? I ordered breakfast and we watched a movie.
Hell yeah, man. That sounds like a great morning. For sure.
So he did something stupid and got paid. I guess he got
But
a little
it
reward
was a
for it.
truly an accident. It's
It
not, I
was.
mean, yeah, he might have been going too fast, but
Yeah. But it was a nice morning either way.
yeah,
So that was fun.
for sure.
Yeah. Boys.
All right.
Mom life.
Boys. Gotta love them.
So this episode, again, we build on each episode. Last couple episodes, we've really talked about budgeting, financial goals, open and honest communication. And
Yeah.
part of this whole piece, of course, now is investment strategies.
Yes. In your business with your partner, at home,
Yep.
in your family,
Yeah.
and trying to decide what's best
Mhm.
for your situation.
And huge disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
We are not accountants. We are not financial
Oh yeah,
advisors. We are not
again.
legal. Please take this advice, but our biggest piece is seek a professional.
Yeah, seek a
For
professional.
your
We're just giving you our experiences and what we've been through, and
Yes.
if you can avoid again the hiccups that we've had to endure, then hopefully. But yes, definitely reach out, find a CPA,
Yeah.
find a financial accountant,
In
find
the
a business
beginning.
lawyer. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all these people, again, they are more than happy to sit and talk to you because at the end of the day, you're a potential client.
Uh-huh.
So go get some free advice.
Do that sooner than
Yeah,
later.
do it now. Do it right this moment. Go set it up. And yeah, I wouldn't wait.
Mhm.
I wouldn't wait.
Talk about how to find something like that. To be honest, I utilize Facebook still. I wish I didn't have to, but the word of mouth groups are really great. So I usually
You know,
will.
I'm not a Facebooker.
We
You
know.
can't pay me to get.
If
I mean, I yeah, for advertisement purposes, I'm all about it.
yes,
But like to
yes.
actually like community stuff, I'm out.
Yeah. So,
Hmm
I know we found quite a few really great connections through word of mouth groups. And we'll talk more about kind of networking and all of that in the next episode, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
definitely utilize those if you don't know where to look at all. Just ask.
Yeah. Ask, and I can guarantee, even if you just ask your like I would say your friend group or your business network, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? Just talk to someone else, and I
Mhm.
can guarantee you they'll give you somebody's name,
Yeah.
you know?
And at least as a
Google's
starting
great
point.
too, you know? You can
Yeah.
always Google it and you can try a couple different people. Don't get discouraged if you come across somebody that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Just find someone else. There's lots of professions out there,
Yeah.
or professionals
Mhm.
out there.
So let's talk about investments.
Oh,
Diversification.
investments.
What does that mean to you? What does that look like to you?
Big words.
Big words.
Diversification. Lord. Anyway, um,
Listen,
different.
I won the 6th grade spelling bee. I'm just
You
gonna
get it,
say
girl.
that.
I
Let's go.
did
I love big
not.
words.
I
No.
do not like dictionary. I did not. I was not asked to ever be a part of a spelling bee. I am a numbers kid all day long,
I love
and
that though.
spelling. They were like, "Can you spell this?" I'm like, "No."
Vocab.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely not. Let's not have a spelling bee right now.
Right?
So investments look different for different situations.
Mhm.
Business investments are obviously depending on the type of business you're in, could be some like us,
Mhm.
maybe a piece of equipment, new vans, new tools, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then a different like a investment to build your wealth. I
Mhm.
mean, that will as well because you're going to use it to make money every day. But
Mhm.
then on a different side, if you have money sitting in the bank, I think we've spoken about this. We're both big advocates for high yield savings accounts because then
Yes.
you're not it's investing it, but not really. Like you can't lose any money.
Bruh.
Can't lose any money in a high yield savings account. But if you end up going to your financial planner and they want,
Yeah.
stocks, bonds, mutual funds,
ETFs, right?
all the stuff. They have different setups for different situations, but that is risky because there's always a chance that you
Yeah.
could lose your money because
Right.
everything could drop. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Stock market isn't real.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yes, sure.
I
But
mean, it
yeah,
is real, but we made it
yeah.
up. So, anyways,
But
it's highly I said, well, I won't say volatile. Obviously, there's a year-over-year gain or net gain for the most part. Average gain when it comes to
average, yeah.
stocks, yes, but
Yeah.
definitely something to be aware of. So, when I think diversification of investments, I'm thinking, what do you have in your IRA? Like, how
Mhm.
liquid are your assets? And so, I think there's a little bit always balance.
Yeah.
How much is in, an IRA? Because
Yeah.
that's really not something you touch. You put it there, you need to be okay with it staying
Right.
there.
I have people that's all they do. They're
Mhm.
just like their IRA, they max it out every month
Mhm.
or every year and that's
That's
their
it.
thing. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Where I'm like, yeah, do that and then
Yeah.
have another sort of investment account. But again,
Right.
those are riskier
Right.
because it's usually in stocks and
Yeah.
bonds and stuff.
Stocks,
So,
bonds, ETFs.
yeah.
And then also, I'm the biggest advocate. I learned about high yield savings account more recently than I should admit, unfortunately.
Was I the one that told you about
No,
it?
I
Okay,
learned
good.
thanks to TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah, TikTok.
Okay.
I know TikTok gets a really bad rap of like being this funny, haha, dance, silly app, but honestly, it's all dependent on your FYP, your follow page,
Well, yeah. And I
and your
think,
algorithm.
yeah, I was going to say, and I think, yeah, I mean,
So I get a
they're
lot
really
of
targeting us.
they
My
are very good at
Lord.
targeting us, but
Yeah.
I've learned so much on TikTok just because differing perspectives and worldviews, but also financial advice and people to follow or look into and ideas and
All right.
yeah, there's even lots of little tips, tricks, and things that I've learned there just financially, which is crazy. I always verify. Let me just say that. Like, I'm not taking a TikTok and thinking that's it, right? I'm going to say,
What? Everything on the internet is
it's
100% true and
true.
real, okay?
Right.
Everything.
Right. So, no, but definitely I'm like, oh, that's an idea. That's cool. Let's look into that. And then off we go.
Yeah.
I love high yield savings accounts.
Yeah.
Again, one of the biggest, like, pet peeves I have now is when I find out my husband has this savings account where he's earning 0.1% and we've got money just sitting there, and I'm like, "Why? We could be earning 5 at this point, right?
Yeah.
5%."
Yeah.
It makes me nuts
Mhm.
because they're easy to set up. They have low minimum
It's like nothing.
balances.
Setting up a checking account.
It literally
Literally, it's
is. It's
nothing. Or a
accessible if you
savings
need
account.
it,
Yeah.
right? Like, there's
Immediate. Yeah.
I think I have mine with a bank that it would take a day to get my money. But, like, come on.
I mean, American Express and Citibank are the two big ones. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Like they're the ones you see all over the place.
Yeah. There should be
But
really good rates out there. I know rates are good right now, but it's definitely worth learning and starting. I think that's one I would probably be one of my biggest advice. Like, if you're starting a savings account,
yeah.
just find your high yield that you're comfortable with,
Yes.
please. Please, please, please. That's, like, very basic. Very
Yeah.
yeah.
Agreed.
And
And
real
then
estate even falls into that too.
I was gonna say, and then a different type of investment would be real estate.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
I know you
It's
really like that. I know I'm an agent and I
yeah,
have a goal of adding more.
yes. I like property.
I like property too. I did get to I guess
Property.
I am
I like
considered
property
now
on the water.
we're in an international I'm an international investor now.
Whoop
Trevor
whoop.
and I are. Woohoo, yay.
Yay.
So that's cool. Um, but yeah, same thing. They can turn.
Yeah.
You usually get a pretty standard return on investment for
Yeah,
property.
for sure.
If you're getting into the short term Airbnbs or long term rentals,
Ugh.
that's a whole can of worms that I would say be very educated in before you
Mm.
jump into it.
I always have clients asking me about it. And again, when you're making a certain amount of money, a high amount of money in your business,
Mhm.
I suggest maybe seeking out a tax strategist.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like once you again, I'm talking millions, like
Mhm.
tens of millions. You should probably seek out a tax strategist. If your CPA is just doing the basics, I would reach out to somebody who specializes in helping because that I know that is an option
Mhm.
for tax purposes. But again, you need heavy amounts of money to do something like that.
Right.
It's not something for the lower end
Yeah.
income business.
We're still considered, I would think, middle. Um, my CPA is somewhat of a tax strategist, I would say, but for the
Cool.
most part, yeah,
Yeah.
it's very minimal. There's so many other layers to that that I'm not even close to.
Yeah. Yeah. And I only know because a close friend of mine is a tax strategist. And like when she tells me things, and I'm like, wait, what? It's like, that's an option. And she's like, not for you. And I was like, what?
Oh, come on.
So yes,
What
it's
about
one of those.
me?
Exactly. So I think, again, when you get to a certain levels,
Mhm.
there's different avenues to take for investments.
Yeah. And I think when that in business, I know that I can kind of I think about diversification in business. And one of the biggest arguments that Trevor and I have is he would want to be just new construction if he could. And
Oh,
we've
yeah.
had that discussion of
Mm-hmm.
eliminating our service department. I don't know how many times I will staunchly always advocate for keeping the service department. But that again is because of the diversification. If something happens with new construction,
New construction is one of those things that it ebbs and flows. And yes, we are
mhm,
in a hot market. We have been for a few years now.
yeah,
With COVID and everything, everybody wants to come to Florida.
hmm
And so yeah,
it's
it's good that you
slowed.
see a different picture so
Hmm.
you can, because things will definitely slow down at some point. And then what are you going to
Right.
do with everybody?
And that is what keeps me up at night.
Yeah,
To be honest,
I
we
don't
have
blame. Oh,
one
yeah,
really
I
big
remember the
builder.
days.
Yeah. We have one really amazing, and we don't do track homes. We're doing custom,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
big
You're not
homes.
doing the developments where
Right.
yeah, they
Right.
get like scab cruising for
Yeah.
building those.
So, we love them. They've been a really great relationship to have. I think it'll be our third year working with them. And they do make up quite a huge chunk of our business.
Yeah.
But that was my biggest thing with him is like, what happens to us if they go away, right?
I mean, what if they sell? What if they close? What if they're I mean, depending on how old the people are
What if
running it, they could just be like, I don't want to do this anymore.
yeah.
I don't want my name out there.
What
I'm
if the
closing shop.
investors that they
Yeah.
work for,
Uh-huh.
like, what if the economy falls out? What if like
Yeah.
there's so many like
If
what
people
ifs
stop building custom homes,
for
you're
sure.
screwed. You know what I
Yeah, and
mean?
so that was my thing is like so now our targets and goals have not goals, but our targets kind of change and it's like yes, we're making that specific customer happy, we take care of them, but now we need to branch out into other builders and still try to grow our service department and that's simply so that we are diversified if something happens, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to I just it is a true nightmare. I can't even like describe it thinking about if I
I have
only
another
had
avenue for you, but we'll talk about it off the
okay.
show. But
Yeah.
remind me after this. I
Uh
have something for the plumbing
Yeah,
company.
that's definitely one of those things where I'm like, I can't handle that anxiety of
Yeah.
my livelihood relying on this one other business, right?
It's smart though because and it's realistic that again, I think it's short-sighted to not think about something like that. I feel You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That when you're running a business, you need to have different avenues of income because putting all of your eggs in one basket, I've seen so many contractors go under because of that. They're like, "Oh,
Mhm.
well, I only ever worked for this guy or I was only a sub for this
Mhm.
contractor and they closed or they went out of business or they sold." And then
Right.
they're standing there twiddling their thumbs. It's like, "Wait, so you never made any other connections? You never you know what I mean? Like
Right.
you never introduced yourself to anybody else. And now that
Right.
this person, they can't even reference you to somebody. So you're
'Cause they're gone.
basically starting all over." Yeah. So it's,
Nightmare.
yeah, that's literally what nightmares. But again, when it's just knowledge and learning and experience, unfortunately,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So
I don't know where I learned this, but I maybe again, this is my anxiety serving me
yeah,
and thinking
probably.
about all
Yeah.
contingencies,
Yeah. It's a
right?
contingency plan.
Ah,
I feel like 90% of the entrepreneurs that I meet with and business owners, they have some sort of contingency plan.
huh.
And the 10% that don't, I usually am like, just,
You
I'm
have
like, this it.
balls of
Yeah.
steel,
Yeah. I think, and it's mostly just because, how do I put it? They're just like so excited about what they're doing.
which is cool.
And
Good
they're
job.
just not like, they're not there and they're good at what they do.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
gorgeous work,
Yeah.
gorgeous, gorgeous pools, gorgeous
Right.
stuff that they're putting together. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But then they're not looking at the bigger picture. You know what I mean? They're not looking at the future. They're just looking at like right now, which is
Mhm.
great. But if you want growth and s-
Sustainability.
thank you,
You're welcome.
sustainability. I'm not going to try to spell that. Sustainability. Then you have to, again, it goes back to goal setting and game planning and having
Mhm.
some sort of idea of where you want to be.
Future,
Yeah.
financial, self.
Yes.
Self, couple, across
Yes.
the board.
Yeah. Right. Business partner, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
And then when
So
it comes to the investments, obviously it's balancing risk and return. So I will
you have to
say,
be comfortable, but again, you have
mhm,
to like to be uncomfortable too,
mhm.
because investing with like a financial advisor, you know what I mean? It is kind of scary because it's like, well, I'm putting a lot of faith in you and whatever your team thinks
Yeah.
you should do with my money. I mean, we've all seen the scandal.
Oh,
The
listen,
scandals. What is it? The
I
guy down in Palm Beach.
oh yeah, I
Um,
can't remember.
you know what I'm talking about. Like
Yes.
he got everybody's money and then
Bye.
yeah. So I mean, it is definitely terrifying.
For
You know what I
sure. Oh,
mean?
and yeah,
But
you know what I did is
yeah,
I maxed out one of my IRAs for the year,
yeah,
and then you remember the market just dropped out,
yeah,
and my financial guy was like, "Don't look. Just don't look." And,
yeah,
he's like, "I'm sorry, but this is like, it sucks, but."
yeah,
And I was like, "Oh,
yeah. You're like
okay. I'm not
you.
looking. I'm
You're
not
like
I don't think
you.
I
Yeah,
still, like, need to open a statement, but yeah,
yeah. Uh huh.
definitely one of those things where it's like, "Okay,
I
I'm
feel like
not
we've
looking."
all done that. Like I when you if you check at the wrong time,
Uh-huh.
it's terrifying, and you're just like, wait a minute, like what just happened? But again,
That's a
it's a risk and
15, 20
reward.
year thing for us,
Exactly.
right? Now, one of the biggest fights that I ever had, not fights, okay. One of the biggest back and forth with my parents
Yeah.
that I've had. They're both in early 60s, mom's late 50s,
Yeah.
and the bulk of their investments right now. They have real estate, they have other things, but the bulk of is in one stock. And they're getting so close to retirement. And I said, "You got to do something. You're freaking me
Wait,
out here." One,
like
one company.
AT&T or McDonald's, because
Yeah.
that's what everybody bought back in the
It's
day.
a big boy.
No, okay, that's fine. You don't have to
Yeah.
tell. I
It's
mean,
a
but
big boy. And
yeah, but
it's
you know what I
somebody
mean?
that
Like,
yes, but it's one of those things where I'm like, "You are 63 years old and this shit's going wild.
yeah, especially right now.
Get it into something diversified."
Yeah, why I'm surprised they don't whatever. Yeah. I mean,
Again, not everything, you don't know
mhm,
what you don't know.
so true.
And you're stuck in your
So true.
ways.
Yeah, 100%.
And I kind of chalked it up to that. Eventually, it took a couple of months, but I think they did speak to somebody. But that was my big thing. I was like, "You guys are so close to retirement. This will literally kill you if the market falls out in the next 5 years and doesn't recover. You're
Yeah.
screwed.
Yeah.
You're screwed. I can
And
recover. You can't."
the way things are going, it's something's coming. We don't know what, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
and one spouse or couple or partner, whoever it is, you guys are going to have differing levels of comfortability. Again, I can speak to experience with that. My best friend, very much my best friend in Oklahoma.
I was gonna say, excuse me.
Sorry.
Start throwing
Yeah.
throwing stuff around in here.
Best friend in
Just gonna
Oklahoma.
leave. You
I
call
love
your friend in
her.
Oklahoma, then
Right.
she can do the.
No,
Just kidding.
I love her so much. But she's very much not. She is the opposite of high risk. She's very like, I'm not taking that risk.
Conservative.
Very conservative.
Yeah,
Um,
that's okay though. And I mean,
yes.
I feel like
She's very successful with what she does too. So like, I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying that there's
yeah,
a big, especially with a previous partner that was very high risk, and we'll talk
yeah.
into
They usually
crypto
they
and
usually balance each other out. It's one of
if
those,
they're
but
willing to.
yeah, if they're willing to or not, or they part ways and say you do you, boo
Yep,
boo, and
exactly right.
you get out of there. Yeah, I think you can find a happy medium with a
Mhm.
financial planner though. You know what I mean, or an
Mhm.
advisor. Excuse me. They will walk you through, and they have a chart. They all
Mhm.
have the same tools. They all use the same stuff. You
Yeah,
just have to find who you feel like you like better.
right. And the other part too is thinking about a spouse as a business partner, and that level of risk too, because
Yeah.
I tend to be a little bit riskier, and I'm okay holding more debt than Trevor is.
Yeah.
He's very much cash, 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 pay cash, no debt, no debt, no debt. I think that in this day and age, a certain level of debt is
Does your
required.
husband carry cash with him?
No,
Oh, he just son of a bitch. I
no.
was gonna say.
The only cash we really do is if we get cash for something, it goes into a safe, and then that's
Yeah.
our vacation spending
Oh
money.
yeah, I like that.
Um, but no. But he's very, and so we've had to have that discussion often.
Okay.
Like, I pay attention to the economy and kind of what's going on around us.
Yeah, and you adjust accordingly
And
to your
yeah, so
comfort level.
and that's
Yeah.
what I told him. I said, "Listen, we need this much for 6 months to stay operating. I'm gonna keep this much on hand just in case something happens.
Yeah.
The economy, we're
Yeah.
election year, this, that, and the other. We might need to take a loan out on this, take a loan out on this, or have this
Yeah.
here. Why would we do that when we have the cash? Because we need the capital in the bank just in
Yeah.
case,
Yeah.
right?
100%.
And so balancing that risk
Mhm.
is something again that requires communication, willingness to learn. If you don't understand it and you don't know,
Yeah.
you need to at least be willing to talk and learn, I would say.
I mean, you would hope so.
You hope.
Unless you have no interest in it. Again, I circle back and I have
Yeah.
some friends that have zero interest in any of it and their partner is takes care of everything in
Right.
there. But again, yeah, you should definitely have some sort of knowledge about it,
Uh-huh.
you know? But
To me, yeah. Let's take care of your future financial self.
yeah, exactly. We're gonna get t-shirts made. Can we get t-shirts made? We're gonna
I
start.
literally am gonna put that on
Yeah, please
something
do.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely can be a sticking point for people too. So spouses,
Yeah.
relationships,
Mm-hmm.
and business partners
Mm-hmm.
and spouse as a business partner.
Yes. So one of my
Compromise.
other best friends,
Uh-huh.
her she is more of a risk taker
Mm-hmm.
and her husband is not. And when they first got married, he was the one that, managed all
Mm-hmm.
the finances. And
Mm-hmm.
now things have changed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's moved really far up in in the company she's working for,
Mm-hmm.
and she would like to take some risks,
Yeah.
like do investments, maybe start her own company, do these things.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's not for it. And so it can definitely, but again, you have to be flexible because
Yeah.
15 years ago, we were kids getting married.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now things have changed. You want different things in life. And again, this is where couples make it or break
Oh,
it
bro.
because they want different things. And
Actually,
so,
that reminded me
yeah.
of a story I tell you because, again, I have a very limited understanding of stocks in the market. I obviously understand the concept or the broader
Yeah,
part of
for sure.
things, right?
Yeah.
But I remember specifically when COVID hit and all of the cruise stocks plummeted,
Yeah. I hope you
right?
bought some. They
No,
were on sale.
they were on sale, and I was like, just let me
I
use.
told everybody and their brother, I was like, look me in the eyes. I'm like, all this is on sale. Cruises are always going to come back. Cruises aren't going to go out of business.
No,
There could literally be 15 more pandemics. And guess what? People are still getting on those big
they
boats
are. They
to
love
go to these
them.
islands and they're going to go do, or wherever they're going. They're never going to go out of style.
Again,
So,
I asked because again, I'm not going to take money out of our accounts. I'm not going to do anything to that degree because I was like, give me 3 to 5 grand, please. Let me have 3 to 5 grand for this.
yeah.
Just please let me have 3 to 5
Especially
grand
like
for this.
nowadays, like Chase, you can have your own little portfolio account that you can buy
Yes.
stocks. Oh, 10
Right.
years ago, you had to have 50 grand for JP Morgan to
Yeah,
let you
right.
do
I
that.
think I have
Now,
a Schwab account
yeah,
that's
exactly.
online that I'm
Yeah.
just like
So,
teet, 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 playing
exactly.
around.
There's so many of them
Right.
nowadays. So it's easy. Or even like, yeah, the app, there's like apps you can do in like Robinhood or
Do
whatever.
not. I was gonna
Yeah.
say we are not Robin Hood advocates on this
No,
show.
absolutely not.
They are trash.
I won't talk bad.
I will watch the
Um,
watch. Okay,
I would
because I
do
was
I
part
would
of the
do Chase
AMC.
I would do Chase or Schwab. Those would be
Yes.
my 2 because Schwab just bought TD Ameritrade, and I was all about
Yes.
TD
I was
Ameritrade,
with
but
TD first
yeah,
and moved into
forever,
Schwab. Yeah.
exactly, but, those would be the 2 that I would choose.
I started with Robinhood, and
I feel
if
like
you
when they
were,
first came out, it was great
it was cool because you could,
introductory
yeah.
for people who wanted to learn about the stock market but didn't really understand,
Hmm.
and they guided you. It was like they guided you through it,
Yeah,
but
and then they screwed over the retail investor with the the GME, sorry, GameStop and AMC shorts because,
oh my gosh, I forgot about
and I
GameStop.
was part of
I've
that.
seen all that crap on, like,
Did you watch the Netflix documentary?
no, I just can't because I think I just yeah,
I
no.
had a freaking ball with it. I was
Really?
part of the retail investors.
Really?
I was utilizing Robinhood, and yes, and I went to buy more AMC, and I was getting into the GME, sorry,
Yeah,
GameStop.
GameStop, yeah.
Um, yes, and I was stopped. It wouldn't go through Robinhood. Like I was literally on the app buying it, and it stopped me. Like I was a part of all of it, and so I was furious. Furious.
Wow.
So I know a
Yeah.
little bit more about
Yeah,
that specific
I don't know
situation.
about it. I just know that, yeah,
So
from
no, I will say wholeheartedly, do not use that app. I will not ever advocate for that app because they screwed the retail investor, and it
no,
has been,
we want
yeah,
Charles Schwab
yes, yeah.
to be
But
our
anyways, back to
advertiser.
my story.
Yeah.
We kind of went off on that tangent. I asked, he said no, 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 no. One, because he doesn't understand the stock market. He doesn't want to understand the stock market, and to him, that was $5,000 just like gonna go where he didn't really understand.
I mean, it's a I
Said
mean, it can be a gamble, but
it
when
could be.
when it's something like that, you know what I mean? That's like
I
back
think it
in
was like
2006.
$30 a share.
Yeah, like 2006 or 2008 with the airlines.
Right.
All those went on sale.
And I cannot
Bank
tell
of America
you
went on sale. Everybody went on
how
sale.
furious I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
because they're
Mhm.
what now? I don't even know what they're trending at. To be honest, I can't even look
I
anymore
wouldn't look. I
because I
wouldn't
get so
look.
pissed at
Don't
it.
look.
And I'm like, ah, next time I'm not asking.
Yeah. It's you just need to start slowly putting like $100 every month
Right.
into your Charles Schwab account.
Something so
You
that,
know, and
yeah.
then that way when the time comes,
Right.
it's just a couple clicks of a
Yeah.
button.
But that is
Yeah.
that was a risk. Obviously he and I have different
Mhm.
risk tolerances.
For sure.
But that could have made us, we could have tripled in a year, 2 years, year and a half, right?
Even 5 years, who cares?
I
Dude.
don't want to talk about it.
Exactly.
So anyways, that was a sticking
Well
point
then,
for us. And I would
yes.
advocate for
I did take advantage of that. And
ugh,
so, yeah, the only one I regret not getting into back in the day, I was in Miami and my boss, she looked at me, she's like, "Have you heard of this thing Amazon?" And I was like, "No." I remember I said
shut
something.
up.
I remember I said something that you're not allowed to say anymore. And so I was like,
Mhm.
"That's blank." And you
Yeah.
know what I mean? I was
Right.
like, "No one's going to do that." I was like, because again, I was working in the fashion industry. We all love going shopping. We all love seeing things and I like touching material. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I was like, no one's going to want that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I literally, when
I
they
kick
ask those
myself.
questions,
I
like,
kick myself for that one where I was like, man, and it was like 10 cents a share.
so yeah, and that's what those questions, they're always like, if you could go back in time, what are three words you would say to your younger self?
Buy
And
Amazon and buy
invest in
Bitcoin.
Amazon. Invest in Amazon. That is it. I would have said that. I wouldn't have known what it meant at the time, but I at least could have got in early
Exactly. The
enough.
moment you hear this, and then
Yes.
Bitcoin too. I was in Miami when that, and I
Same.
remember I looked into trying to buy some, and you couldn't. You had to like You had to be on, like well, not the dark web, but, like, you had to, like, be, like, a computer kid to,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
be
yeah.
able to even
And
find
there
it
was a
because you were
lot to
buying
that.
it in, like, another country, and then it was sitting I was just
And
like,
you can lose your wallet, and it was really
Yeah,
kind of high risk. That was super high risk,
yeah,
and to be honest, I turned that down too. I had somebody that was super into it in our circle, and I was
yeah.
like, "There is no way that the government, the Fed, are gonna allow this to be an actual thing. Like, there's no way they're gonna shut this down." And they haven't. It's still highly volatile, and again, very similar to Cole's Cash, but I do wish I
I
would have paid
cannot
attention.
wait to say this to my group when I meet up with them. I am so looking
I
forward to just
actually
be
have
like,
all the
"Guys"
similarities written
yeah,
out
I'll
too.
be
It's
like,
really funny.
"Guys, guess what? I figured this out."
It makes so much sense now. No, but I do wish I would have invested at least something in at that point
Yeah.
when it was
I did
starting
a
up.
little bit, but not enough to make a game, not enough to, like,
Yeah.
make an impact,
Right.
I was like, "Oh, sure, here's the $100." You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. So, I mean, that's
you live,
been
you learn,
you live and
but
learn.
you and I now know that if we hear about something coming down the pipeline, there are other things where, like, the
Mhm.
hype certain hypes, I don't like the GameStop stuff,
Yeah.
that's just that guy has complete control over
Yeah.
that stock,
Roaring kitty.
You know what I mean? He owns
Yeah.
so much of it that he
Right.
can literally decide
Right.
which direction it's gonna go in.
Mhm.
So, it's one of those, like
Yeah. That was a
yeah.
really cool point in history though, because it was history making in that the retail traders had such a movement that they
Yeah, for
they
sure.
shut down. I mean, we're talking billions lost
Mhm.
for these big guys, and that
Yeah.
was super cool. It was cool to watch. For me, it was more about the distribution of wealth behind these big
Yeah.
firms versus the little guy, which we are little. And what Therese and I are talking about more specifically is retail trading, which is like gambling to an extent. You can be
You have
super
to
smart about it,
yeah,
and you can make money at it
uh-huh, but there's always those brands that you never thought were gonna go anywhere, and then
for
they're
sure.
gone, and then you're just like, "What?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
definitely seek professional advice, and you can
always.
get what are they? ETFs, mutual funds that combine
Yeah.
multiple
Yeah.
stocks.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah,
Mhm.
with different risks, different reward, different year over year earnings, and all of that.
For
So,
sure.
those
For
are
sure.
super fun to talk about with your financial advisor. And you can have a financial advisor again with less money than you think. Like, you can start all of those things with less money than you think.
I don't even think there's a minimum nowadays,
Mm-mm.
honestly.
Mm-mm.
Because again, they see you as potential.
Right.
You know what I mean? So of course they're gonna want your
And
business.
that's what I've heard, I
So
don't know how many times, like, cause
yeah.
we have a wealth advisor, they're called a wealth advisor, um, and I've heard so many times, like, "No, that's for rich people," and I'm like, "No, it's not." Like,
It's to
this
build riches. It's to build
yeah,
wealth. You
this
know what I mean?
specific especially
So
this
yeah.
specific one here in the area that I know and love, they will sit down and help you with your budget
Yeah.
so that you can start putting it into
That's
savings,
nice.
that you can
Exactly.
start opening up these IRA
That's
and
what it should
investment
be.
accounts.
Exactly. That's what it should be.
So they're wonderful. They're available. Highly, highly, highly suggest finding one if you don't
Yes.
have one. Um, yeah. What else? Reinvesting in the business, emergency funds, long-term focus. We kind
Yeah,
of
we've
touched
kind of
on.
touched on all of it like yours.
Mm-hmm.
The emergency fund is great, depending on where you live, what industry you're in,
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing. It's good to have some sort of 3 to 6 months to get you through. That's
Mm-hmm.
the goal.
Mm-hmm.
3 months for now, 6 months if you're really cranking it, and
Yeah.
just have that money, like you said, kind of sitting to the side
Mm-hmm.
in its own account. Don't touch it
Yeah.
until you get to the dire need to.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I
I
think
can't
that's really it though.
yeah, I feel like we talked about what we can talk about when it
Yeah.
comes to this stuff. Again,
Again,
very broad,
yeah, all broad because again,
basic
and
terminology to
our
look into.
experiences, but definitely
Yeah.
reach out to somebody, talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the
Money.
more knowledge, more power.
Yeah, and
So,
money's an uncomfortable topic, but you need to address it. I know.
if you want more in life and if you want some
Mhm.
sort of financial stability, and you don't really know how to create it yourself, then yeah,
Mhm.
you have to get uncomfortable and you have to put yourself out there and
Yeah.
go talk to somebody.
A lot of it's facing yourself too,
Oh,
so,
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Because I think everybody has some weird hang up with money, and
Yeah.
I've no matter what type of family, how you were raised, any of it, everybody I've met has their own, like, weird thing,
Yes.
where I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay." I was like,
Yeah.
"I didn't know that was a thing." It's
That's a
like,
thing.
"Who knew?" I'm like,
Definitely a
"Alright, cool."
thing.
I'm like we can work
You want me
around
to
this.
trauma dump? No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
no, we're
I'll
up for
trauma dump
today.
where mind comes from.
No, next time,
Next
next
time.
time.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right, guys, I guess this is the end. Again, thanks
Yeah.
for listening, tuning in, whatever it's
Mhm.
called, or
Like
watching
and
us.
subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. We're on everything.
Yeah.
Come find us, reach out, send us questions, give us
Yeah.
comments, give us your stories. You know what I mean? Like, we'd love to hear from you.
For
And
sure.
so we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.